Alright, well this is kind of part two. Hello. What I'm going to do here is take this V drive out of here. Now, pardon me for banging around. I need to bring my footrest back. If you take a look at what's been going on here, we did get the new shaft in. This is a brand new, well, it doesn't look brand new, does it? Anyway, this is the new shaft for the V drive, and they've already kind of test fitted it somewhat, and we're going to pull these bolts out, these screws out. It's going to make a clang here in a second if it drops. I'll pull this adapter spool out. $200 piece of machining, huh? That's obviously been used before. And that adapter is for the transmission to drive fitting, and then this spline is, well, this is essentially, if you're into tractors, this is a PTO spline, power takeoff spline. And then we'll take these off, these clamps that have been holding this V drive in, and it's already been disconnected from the prop shaft. So hang on 1 second, if you don't mind me banging around for a second. I'm going to lift this out, and it's probably not light, and it's not. Oh, sorry folks. And there's your V drive. You can see underneath the prop shaft coupling, and on top the engine coupling. This tube that I'm hanging on to, and the tube on the other side of it is the water cooling, and the rest of it's adjustment brackets and various and sundry. This is the Walter RV10. Kind of an antique. And you can also see a little more clearly the boat's rocking a little bit, so be careful this doesn't roll over on my foot. And now you can see the prop shaft is too long, or short rather, so we're going to have to take the boat out of the water, and we're going to have to clean all this up. And I see a little bit of wear, and that's probably too much. I'll have to mic it out to see what the tolerances are, but it's yeah, awful close. But anyway, we're going to put a new shaft in because it's too short. And the engine's almost where it belongs. We still have some issues, and I think, yeah, we'll have to figure out something to do with this exhaust. These hoses will just flip out of the way, but the exhaust, yeah, got some problems. That's going to have to be cut. And those of you that don't know what this is all about, there's a water injection into the exhaust that cools the water or the exhaust off so that it can be run just through regular plastic pipe. The trouble with injecting water into the exhaust is if the boat rolls or tips or rocks and there's water in the pipe, the water can rush back into the engine. And water doesn't take pressure very well. And if a cylinder gets too much water in it, more than a tablespoon or so, the cylinder will literally blow up. It'll either blow the piston apart, or crack the head. That'll do all sorts of things. Because these diesel engines are very high compression, and they don't tolerate any water in them at all. They don't like it. Anyway, I just talked to the yard man, and he says he thinks he can get everything lined up with the V drive put all the way back against this member. This is where the center board is. Lengthen the prop shaft and we can get things fit without having to really heavily modify the bottom of the boat. Again, this engine is sitting almost directly on the bottom now, with about 1/4 to 1/2 inch of clearance. And you got to remember, when the engine's running, and for that matter when the boat's moving, and boats never stop moving, that engine is constantly moving just a little bit. But that little bit can wear holes in things, and you don't want to find that out at the wrong moment. I want to thank 19 of you. I've got 19 subscribers. Oh my God. Listen to me drone on about these engines and my troubles, and very little, damn little sailing. Well, I didn't plan for it this way, but this is one of those things, I guess. The idea is to get out of this place, this marina, this boatyard, and get onto a marina where it's a little bit more conducive to living, sailing, etc. It's not like I don't have tons of projects to do around here, but it'll be better if I have access to water, have access to shower facilities and things like that. The nearest shower facility is a couple of miles up the road. I have to stay in a hotel because there's just no easy way of doing things for me, and it's 4 hours away. So I'm going to get down there to Palacios as soon as I can. For the rest of the things going on around here, folks, it's interesting. I hope to have this V drive back from Walter Machine here in a couple of 3 or 4 weeks and get it installed, and who knows, maybe within a month or two I may be able to get this boat underway and away from here. Not that I don't like this place, but away from here and into the more stable environment. So what have we covered? I talked about the pedestal sitting out there and how difficult it is to get those bolts out. Those of you that have Edson pedestals, remember that's cast aluminum. I showed you the lazarette that I was crawling into to look at the steering, and that's the same lazarette that you have to crawl into, except you face the other direction if you want to do work on the engine at this end. And that's where some light's coming through right now. I guess that's enough for now. I don't want to go late, and this is already running around 8.5 minutes. So y'all take care of yourselves, and I may or may not have any more to show you. Oh, this is January 15th, I think it is, of 2016, to give you an idea. So these videos are a little behind, but I'm catching up. Talk to y'all later. Ciao. I guess.